Okay, so I was going to do a piece of writing, and it really sort of felt like it was a topic that was better placed with my face. And what I want to talk about is copyright infringement. And by copyright infringement, I'm not suggesting that I'm. There's nothing particularly clever. I don't know if there's anything particularly clever about most of my work. I hope there is. But what I want to talk about is that how you guys will basically never be able to experience my work as it was originally intended. Because what I do is what a lot of people do. We write or create art while listening to music, and that music um, sort of gives a spirit to that work. We borrow the spirit of a piece of music that we feel fits the work and then use it to create something. Like there was recently one called Eating Ice Cream in the Rain, and the original piece of music that I had attached that was called Sekigahara Tore, which is a song from the anime Bakemonogatari. It's a instrumental version of the main theme. Or there's an earlier piece that I did called Dear Women of My Life, and the song that goes along with that is Exile Vilified by The National. That you sort of get these pieces that sort of perfectly fit, and then you can't use them in videos because copyright infringement, right? Like I'd be stealing that person's work because I don't have a license for that music, because I don't make any money off these videos. I'm well below monetization, as you might be able to intuit. So I wanted to talk a little bit about just selection of music. Really, I love music. If my book Esgi ever comes out, then you'll be able to say, yeah, this guy definitely loves music. Um, so when I'm selecting music for a piece, like a lot of times, especially if I don't have any sort of emotional resonance with the piece, that I'll just find a piece of music that fits, like time wise. Like, okay, my piece is 3 minutes long. Let's find something like between 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes and slap it in, because the end cards, I usually give them like 10 seconds of runtime. Alternatively, what we have is pieces like classical music, because there's a lot of royalty free free use Creative Commons classical music out there, and so sometimes that's the piece. Like there's like a particular piece by like Chopin or Tchaikovsky that I just like love, and I'm gonna throw it in there, and it's gonna be great. So those are like the rare chances you actually have to see my original vision for whatever an original vision is worth, right? Like, a lot of times it's the same. Like I just find like, okay, I love Chopin. Like anyone with half a brain, he appears literally in every one of my works. He's one of my signatures. I don't know if you can make another artist who's much more famous than you your signature, but yeah, he's in all my books. He's in. There was the character I created for. I don't know if I can talk about that actually, because it was a professional project. But there was like a Chopin Easter egg in there. There was Yeah, but so like Chopin shows up quite frequently. So, but because I have that love of his work, I will just sort of, I have like a repository, like someone did a project where they made all of his music open source, and so it's really my go-to for for copyright free music. Um, but then yeah, then there's also those songs where it's like really hard to find the music to replace it. Like the one I think I was pretty unsatisfied with was Lionhearted Girl. And I can't even remember what the original piece of, like, it will come to me like after I finish filming this, but I can't remember what the original piece of music was. It was something vaguely like Japanese, like traditional music. It was traditional styled. It wasn't like a traditional piece of music. Um, and yeah, I couldn't find. I think what I ended with works for the piece, and that's great. Like, but there's also like the original vision where you kind of wish that you could share that. Um, like Into the Valley of Roses, which is by far my most successful video at time of filming. Has Yeah, it has like Harris Heller stream beats music, which is great. I love it, and like it's really like a cool thing that he made that royalty free music very accessible. But like the original song that was written to was Ophelia's theme from Octopath Traveler, which it fits it in a way that other pieces just can't for me. Like, partially because there's that emotion, and maybe I didn't capture that emotion. I did fairly well, I think, with that piece. It seems to resonate with a lot of people. But like for me, when I just listened to Ophelia's theme, that it's just there's like a very strong like emotional resonance with that is also connected with the text for me. Um, but yeah, and the fourth type of music in video is there was one, I forget what I titled it, but there was a guy named Bao who took the words from Into the Valley of Roses, the Japanese text, and didn't like turn it direct one to one into a song, but it inspired a song. And then I took the the audio track from that song, and I made the background's green. I think it was something like To New Worlds or something. Worlds Undreamt was a poem, or whatever. It's green back. You can find it if you want. And that was the curious case of writing a piece to match a piece of music rather than finding a piece of music to match a piece. Like, I had that vague idea, but the structure of that it went on for like 7 minutes, was entirely because of that. Anyways, we're coming up on the 10-minute mark, and I ramble like a madman. So how about we cut it here? Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry if you're disappointed this isn't a regular video. This was like something I was going to make with text, and maybe it would have been better if I had like written it out and prepared it. But I think this is better. You can see my hair before I chop it off. Alright, see you next time. Thanks.